Yo, welcome back to another video. Welcome to my journey to becoming one of the best bakers and motivational speakers, right? We got Anomaly Edition, but now we're about to welcome back J. Chris Cookie Studio with a whole different level of just knowledge, game, and just wisdom that is ready to be brought back out into the world to be able to make y'all and cultivate y'all into a way that is willing to uplift the spirit and make you feel great about yourself through the lens of cookies. But we switching it up, man. This ain't J. Chris Cookie Studio no more. This ain't the lights of J. Chris no more. This ain't Chris the Lights no more. But welcome to the Sunset Cookie Bar. You heard it. The Sunset Cookie Bar Anomaly Edition. We got so much that is just in store, man. Right now, I'm sitting in my classroom on a mission God got me on. We about to be in Richmond next year, and well, this summer 2026 we're gonna be in Richmond. Have my first apartment, have my own car, all of these new things that are about to happen. Wealth, the J. Chris Cookie Studio now being the Sunset Cookie Bar, Anomaly Motivation, and right now I'm in the season called Grace Called Favor, right? I really just wanted to come up here and just really just chat about everything that's just been going on. And recently I found myself in a little bit of epiphany. It's really stuck, not really navigating the correct way to go in my life, right? I've been really just distant and just drifted off away from God for a little bit. I haven't been proud of it. Has it been worth it? No, because it took me through so much. See, I was battling with my flesh, but shall it be no more? I shall not keep battling with something that don't even matter. What really matters is the spirit and that heart posture. And as long as you can keep a renowned heart posture, you can reach whatever limit you set yourself to reach, right? And this really goes into the YouTube video that I had made when I was back in North Carolina, and it ended up being lost. Like, I was so mad that I lost the video, right? But now I have a chance to really talk about it again because through these past 2 weeks, I've really been going through it. I have struggled mentally, physically, emotionally, right? Um, all of this is just because of the fact that I decided to distance myself away from spirit of God, without even realizing it, man. Like, we do so many things unintentionally without realizing it. That the habits that we build up daily sometimes can lead us in places that we have no business being in. And where I was at, I had no business being there because with me knowing that I'm a light, I have all these things in the future, like my future family, my wife, which is my girlfriend right now, but will be my wife one day. Um, my family that's here right now, my current present self right now, my past self, and my future self, all these versions of me and all these versions of the realities that are around us. I really allowed my own entitlement, selfishness, my own pride, my own unhumbling spirit, my own greed, all these different things I allowed to take over and overwhelm me. And I fell short, I fell short. I found myself crawling back on my knees to God, asking him for that help. And that's what I need. I need him. Because I realized there will be no Sunset Cookie Bar. I would have never came up with this name if it weren't for me going out into the park after being angry and so upset with myself and asking God to relieve the stress and anxiety and the pain that is in my heart. I didn't want it there. I asked him to remove it, and I moved myself in position to be in a state of a place where I knew that was peaceful, calming, and relaxing and welcoming. Somewhere that God could enter into my heart and attack it and attack those emotions that were holding me back. So you got to be able to allow God to attack the emotions that are within you. Because when you hold on to those emotions, you drift off into a place where it is nothing there. right? And when I sat down, I just looked in the sky, and I always just loved the sunset. I always just loved the way that he would paint a portrait in the sky and allow me to see what it was that I needed, right? Because it's so much that is expressed throughout the sky, throughout the emotions that we feel as humans on a daily basis, right? Anger, sadness, happiness, like all these different emotions that we feel on a daily basis. It can be painted into the sky, and sometimes our reflection of what we need to understand what is going on eternally relies in the sky. Because if you know, God created the heavens and the earth, he also created the sky. He's an artist. He's an artist. And you got to understand that you're the portrait. When you're the portrait, you allow the artist to create whatever it is. And in that moment, I allowed the artist, which is God, to create the portrait, which is me. And in that portrait, he revealed to me something that was so extraordinary, right? He revealed to me a name that I've been trying to come up with, because that was the first phase. What will be this name of this business? Because I don't want it to be so entitled and self-centered. I don't want my name in it, because this is not about me. This is about glorifying the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. This is what the Sunset Cookie Bar is all about. See, I understand when I start this cookie bar, it's going to make heads shake. I know it is, because I'm not doing this alone, right? I understand that the Sunset Cookie Bar is going to make things new. It's going to inspire so many people on a different level that J. Chris Cookie Studio could not do. It's going to make people want to keep coming back and just hearing the story more than the dessert. Because it's not in the client buying the product, but the product is the client, because when you include my motivational speaking and the plans that we have for this whole plan that is starting to be structured and that we have for it, you will understand that the product that is being served to you as the client is just the byproduct of what you go through on a daily basis. See, everything is going to be made about how can you realize the potential inside of yourselves through a product, because each one has a story. And like I say, each cookie has a story. So what makes you think that you don't have a story? Like, you have a story. If a cookie can have a story, you can have a story. What is your story? Where are you at, Jay? Right? And it's really, really for me to hear too, right? But it's gonna be big, man. Like, we're gonna have investors, we're gonna have people who are willing to help us just build, multiply. My first shop is gonna be in Richmond. Like, all of these different things that are about to happen over the next course of this year and next year to come is going to be so amazing. It's going to be a blessing in disguise. I'm so blessed to be able to have a partner with me who is willing to help build me and mold me to help me get to where I'm trying to get to. Also, alongside with God too as well, because He's helping building it and molding me. Financial wise, is all coming together. You got to understand that the finances start within you first, Jay, right? Whoever I'm speaking to over this camera, I want you to know the finances start within you. That's where the real wealth is. The wealth is really inside of you. The wealth is not this worldly money that we get taxed on. It's not this worldly money that we exchange for things that we want. The real money is the spiritual currency, which is the wealth inside of us that God has put in and portrayed into us. We are so valuable. There's no price tag on us. See, I was explaining to this the other day. I want to put it like this: you cannot keep trying to put yourself on a clearance rack for everybody to touch and have, just to throw you away and just to throw you somewhere that don't even matter. Like, when you go on a Ross, you see all the clothes, they're all on the clearance, all on clearance, but these clothes are everywhere. They're on the floor, they're on the ground, they're on different hangers, they're on different racks, they're everywhere. But you cannot allow people to put you in position. You cannot allow yourself to be put in position to be in the clearance. You got to understand that you're more than that, right? You got to understand that God, He put something in you, right? You got to understand that He put you behind that glass. And with you being behind that glass, Jay, you got to understand that you being behind that glass is so important, because when you're behind that glass, right, God allows people to see, but when they see, they understand that it's too valuable. So what do? They got to ask for it, right? They got to ask for the permission to be able to work alongside of you, right? They got to ask for the permission to get to know you, right? They got to ask for the permission to get this opportunity, right? They got to ask, because without asking, you risk allowing somebody to touch you who's going to depreciate the value of who you are. So it's so important that we realize that when God puts us behind that glass, that we are more than valuable. But when we try to do it in our own understanding, we risk putting ourselves on the clearance rack so everybody can mess with us and touch us and just do whatever they want to us. But we are valuable as men and women of God, right, Jay? We are, right?
Good afternoon. Please excuse the interruption. Dr. Neighbors, if you could come to the main office. Dr. Neighbors, if you can come to the main office. Thank you.
We are so important, and it is just amazing to me to be able to speak today, right? It's so important that I was able to use my vessel today to be able to get this message out. I don't know what this title of this video is going to be called, but it probably be called The New Coming. The New Coming. Yeah, New Coming. Because it's a lot of stuff that's about to happen. This is a new light, a new desirable season, right? I have even up here on my board right now, Matthew 19:26, my ISS room, right? And I actually have two things I want to read from Grace Called Favor, because I'm trying to figure out why God has me here, but it's not for me to know. That I just realized that it's not. And whatever mission He's put me on, my job is to only be obedient and listen, right? Jay, you are favored. There is something on your life that only God knows. Be the broken vessel. Stop trying to be a fixed version of yourself. You're not your own mechanic. Let's start there first, right? You're not your own mechanic. What do I mean? Hey Jay, like, what do I mean? I'm not my own mechanic, right? You got to understand there's a difference. There's a difference between being your own mechanic and allowing the mechanic to work on you. See, when you're your own mechanic, you can be like me, right? You can work on your car because you learn from somebody, but just you learn it doesn't mean that you know how to do it all the way, right? There's still things that you must put in place for you to be a expert, right? I'm not an expert mechanic, but I know how to change my oil, right? At least I think I do, because when I recall I changed my oil, right? And just this one time, I took off the screw, I took off the plug, the oil plug, right? Took off the plug, put the plug back in after doing everything right. I didn't realize that the plug was stripped, so my oil kept leaking and leaking and leaking, which led to me having to get a whole new oil pan, right? That little example alone should show you why we are not our own mechanics. We cannot keep trying to do things our way when we're not an expert in that area, especially when it comes to living this life that God has given us. We're not our own experts, so we need somebody to rely on, and that person is Him, the Holy Father. That's Him. So we need to start allowing ourselves to be that broken vessel to pour out into the world, being the product, being the car, and allowing Him to work on us. Right? We use our brokenness to heal the world. We use our healingness to also heal the world. But without the healing, you have to be broken before you can heal. And He's going to work on you. He's going to multiply your life. He's going to build you. He's going to strengthen you. But you must stop. Don't be the mechanic for yourself. Allow the mechanic to work his job, because he's been in this thing for ages and centuries and years. And Neptune, I don't know what's the biggest one. Neptune's whatever, man. But the second thing I wrote was Matthew 19:26. But Jesus looked at them and said, "Today, to yeah, today, to men." Wait, no, my bad. But Jesus looked at them and said, "Two, with men it's impossible. But with God, all things are possible. Stop looking for man to solve your problems, Jay. Stop looking for a man to help you out in situations, Jay. Stop looking at man to make it right, Jay. Stop looking at man for every decision. Stop looking at man, even yourself. Stop looking at yourself to always get it right. Stop looking at yourself to fix your emotions. Stop looking at yourself to get to that next level. Stop looking at yourself to be wealthy. Stop looking at yourself to build this brand. Stop looking at yourself to be who you are. You can't do it by the hands of man. You can't. You just simply can't. You have to do it by the Spirit. You gotta allow God to do all things. You allow Him to show off. You allow Him to lead. You allow Him to work. You allow Him to do what He needs to do to make you realize, like, hey, it can only be one big dog. And it's not man. It's not none of these human beings I created, but only me. I'm the big dog. I'm at the front line. I'm the one who lining everybody up in position to get right. I'm the one leading these people, and I'm putting these people in position to be on the forefront, to be the shepherds, to call in my sheep because they're lost, so I can make more shepherds. I'm the big dog who gonna bless you, give you this money right on this earth. I'm the big dog who gonna help you build this business. Like all these different things, right? It's just so amazing on what God can do and what He's about to do this year, Jay. He's about to make it big for you. And I want you to know this message is not just for me, but it's also for you, whoever I'm speaking to. This message is for you because He's about to do it big. I want y'all to comment and let me know what y'all think. Where are y'all at in life? Where does God have you? What is He doing with your life? Are you ready for the blessing that He's put on your life? Because I know for sure I am. Whatever it is, I'm ready. I'm a warrior, hard or not. We got too much to work on. We got too much that we grinding to get to. Dreams I've been chasing since a kid. Goals I've been looking for since I was younger. Visions I've been having since I was a baby. The end goal has always been there. But what you do now in this process is a reflection of how that end goal turns out. Because all these different avenues of this end goal. But what you do, right, depends on you. If you want to be a billionaire, do things that can make you a billionaire. But always keep God first. If you want to be a NBA player or a doctor, right? All these different things. Do all the things that they do. Study your craft. Uh, build the alignment with it. But always keep Him first. Allow Him to guide you on the journey. Don't rush it. See, Jay, if I could go back at 15, even though I'm only 20, I would tell you don't rush. Because financially, what you were doing was right. Financially, you set yourself back, but you didn't know. But you now have the information that can put you in position to be able to be financially successful now. You're going to break through a lot of things. And all the giants that you face, your children will not have to face, your wife will not have to face. You're going to be great. You're going to be okay. Keep grinding, keep shining, keep being an anomaly. Yours truly, Jay Chris out, man. Be safe.